Hey everybody, I'm Philip. And tonight, right now, I'm going to watch a movie called Late Night with the Devil. I have been on a movie catch up binge fest in the last week. It is the first week in months that my throat has not felt like I have just gargled razor blades. For the movie at hand, Late Night with the Devil, I'm hoping that this is just a regular fucking horror movie. Because in this little binge-a-thon I've had for the last week or so, I have watched so many disturbing, uncomfortable, weird-ass things. I just want a horror movie. I want a traditional horror movie, please. And I'm hoping that I get it. I have a slew of movies to watch. My buddy TJ is my lifeline to movies and horror movies specifically. He has a page just for me of movies that he wants me to watch, and that's where all these come from. Well, almost. I watched Beau is Afraid. That was my own choice because Ari Aster is. But yeah, I have no idea what this is about. As always, if you're new, I go into things spoiler free as possible if I can help it. And that means everything. I don't like to know actors. I don't like to know subgenre of horror. I don't like to know anything if possible. I want it to be a mystery. The more mystery I have, the more authentic the experience is, and the more fun I have in the moment. That aside, let's crack the egg on Late Night with the Devil and see what it has inside. Hopefully, I don't have a panic attack like I did on another movie. Hopefully, I don't have to spend 2 hours thinking about it before I do the review, which is never how that happens. I watch a movie and then review it right after. This series used to be called We Just Watched, or I Just Watched, because I would watch something and then talk about it right after. Another movie, I couldn't do that. Give me a horror movie, please. Late Night with the Devil. Here we go.
We are entering a satanic age. Anyone who can't see that is blind.
Jack's association with the Grove has been the subject of rumors since his days in radio. When Madeline, a non-smoker, is diagnosed with terminal lung cancer.
He's blushing right now. How's a girl not supposed to fall in love like that?
What you are about to see is the recently discovered master tape of what went to air that night. Late Night with the Devil.
I like that intro a lot. That was cool.
No, sir, no touching. If only you'd shown the same restraint at the Melody Burlesque after Friday's show. Billy a chance to head either the FBI or the CIA. Said he refused to head any agency that he couldn't spell. What do you say, Night Owls? On with the show, huh?
Your wife has crossed over, see?
You could say that. She ran off with my neighbor 5 years ago.
Ah.
My name's Barry.
That's not it.
No, it has been for 42 years.
Chris Stew is bombing.
Who is Edward?
Edmund was my little brother.
None of us knew he was in so much pain.
Now I'm hearing the word Papa.
He had a teddy named Papa.
This is true.
I remember.
Bless you all. Wow! 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 What a gift!
Projection.
One of the old friends of our show who always... Christy.
I'm getting the name Minnie. An unmarried man with a wedding ring. The spirit needs to talk to you. Who are you?
Haig's on next. Pay him no mind. He's all wax, no wick, okay? Yeah, well, he hung up the wand several years ago to become one of the leading voices of the skeptics movement.
Oh, that's me about to embark on a little ghost hunt in Amityville. My dear friends Ed and Lorraine Warren declined the invitation to join me. The world would be a more interesting place if people could talk to the dead.
Hmm. Hmm.
What I saw was an admittedly accomplished performer digging from a bag of tricks that goes back to biblical times.
Hmm.
You no more have the power of divination than I resemble Burt Reynolds. You, sir, like me, are a liar, a charlatan.
Hmm.
The difference being, I'm honest about it.
Oh!
Okay, I actually believe that that last reading may have been meant for me. Minnie is the private nickname for Madeline, my wife. Kristen. Buddy. God! Go to commercial! Go to a goddamn commercial!
Dang.
I'm not picking up anything down here, Steve. You picking up anything weird? Just get it together. We're on in 5, 4.
Oh, not my turn.
But even more alarming are the stories of children being bred for human sacrifice. A terrified 10-year-old girl is discovered. She goes only by the name of Lily.
And Lily, so pleased that you could join us today.
Thank you, Mr. Delroy. I'm so glad you could join us too.
Hmm.
But I know who you are, Mr. Delroy.
Oh, please, you can call me Jack.
June says you're very handsome, Jack.
Ooh.
And you needn't worry about your TV show. I think you're going to be very famous soon.
Thank you for the reassurance.
Huh.
Okay, so just got a call from Sinai. Christo is dead.
Oh, shit.
You call yourself a parapsychologist.
It so happens I have a PhD in the subject.
From the University of Hogwash, if I'm not mistaken.
Big, new, scientific ideas are always greeted with some resistance. It's only the most close-minded that greet them with ridicule.
There you go.
Braxis is the consummate showman. After all, his name is the source of the magician's favorite incantation.
Abracadabra.
Hmm. I didn't know that.
Mr. Wriggles is here in the studio with us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be okay if we invited him on the show?
Ooh.
A summoning requires a carefully controlled environment.
Can we? June, please.
She's like, let me be possessed. Most people don't like it.
Live television first, as we attempt to commune with the devil. Not before a word from our sponsors. Who else knows about Christo?
Who's scared, Jack? I'm scared, okay? Some of us are talking about jumping ship.
No one's going anywhere, goddammit.
Dang.
To you both, Godspeed.
Thank you, Jack. Now,
Lily's making me laugh.
Good to see you again, Jack. We go way back. We met amongst the tall trees. Remember?
Hmm.
Junie, 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 Junie. Be careful now. You know what happened to his last tour?
Ooh.
Jack and June went up the hill to fuck each other's brains out. Jack and June went up the hill to fuck each other.
that's enough!
Oh. Uh-oh.
You know I can't help it.
I know. I never... No, Jack, stay where you are.
We gotta get you guys back on as soon as possible. This could become like a regular spot.
Damn.
Jack. Dagger. And in 5.
Uh-oh.
I think that you are just a self-righteous, cold-hearted curmudgeon who's trying to weasel his way out of parting with $500,000.
Yeah.
You've got 5 minutes. Make them count.
Don't worry, Jack. What I have in store should provide a very fitting climax to your show. I hope you're not planning to make it spin. Oh, I plan to make everybody's head spin.
Hmm.
I did nick myself shaving earlier.
Oh, no.
What is that?
She's laughing.
This wasn't meant to happen. How do you feel, Gus?
When do we begin?
Huh.
Jeez, when did that happen?
Huh.
Ghostly sounds, anguished moaning from beyond.
That is not the way I remember it.
Yeah.
You're hot.
If Mr. Haig thinks we're playing a trick on everyone, then maybe we should look back at that part of the show too, Jack.
Ooh, yeah.
You say cameras don't lie, right, Carl? Okay, freeze it there.
That's just a glitch, Jack.
Keep going.
Hmm.
Minnie?
Oh, wow.
Ladies, the encore is quite unnecessary.
Oh, shit!
I solemnly promise to worship and obey thee, and perform thy unholy bidding.
Damn.
Welcome to the family, Jack. Jack Delroy's greatest sacrifice is yet to come.
Hmm.
They told you you could have it all, except Minnie. Stitch left.
Hmm.
I love you, Minnie.
Do this one last thing for me.
Hmm. Ow. Oh, shit.
Dream or here?
Huh. So it is done. I want to be like, a regular freaking horror movie, a regular freaking horror movie, a regular freaking horror movie, yay! This is exactly what the doctor ordered. I enjoyed this very much. I am not traumatized. I'm not having a panic attack. I am not having an existential crisis over anything. That was just a straight up, good old fashioned fucking horror movie. Yay. Yay. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I was going to critique the parts after the reveal of like the demon thing. And I was going to, like, was it necessary? This seems a little like we're just kind of dragging it out. Okay, he's in hell or something, purgatory, you know, some kind of thing. And then the reveal of what he did. Okay, that saved it. That was good. I like this. Very clever to use the late night talk show host act as a backdrop and as the setting. I like that a lot too. Having been a child of the 80s, it's crazy to think about how much TV has changed, which I know is a freaking old person thing to say. I know it. But just, you know, Johnny Carson was king. Absolute king. Just the vibe and the colors and like this was in the 70s. Like 71 to 77, I believe. A little time off before the 80s, just a little bit. But yeah, this was cool. It flew by. I thought that they planned out the guests really well with Christou, the clairvoyant guy. Clearly a charlatan. And Carr said, I don't know his full name, I forget what his full name is. But the skeptic said, you know, he messed up like 5 times before he finally hit on something. And then you find out later when he talks to people in the audience, they had to fill out a questionnaire. They were talked to by someone in the lobby, which is actually the way they would do that. And they might still do that to this day. I don't know. And then you bring on, you know, the skeptic to talk to Christou, and that whole thing is happening. And I like the build with Minnie, Jack's wife. That was cool. And then the reveal at the end had a very, well, I guess it's going to be a spoiler. It's been out for years. Had a very Starry Eyes kind of feel to it, especially with that scene with, you know, drink the cup and, you know, what will you do for success? How far will you go to make it? And You know, we saw what he sacrificed to do it, and then what he had to sacrifice to have it taken away from him. So interesting that the powers that be took it away from him after they got what they wanted. The casting was phenomenal. Not just from the people on the stage, but the band leader. We got those cool behind the scenes shots of the commercial breaks. It was a live show, so what's going on in those 2 minutes, and the absolute like chaos and pandemonium of what was happening in normal television. You know, it's a live show. That's very stressful. This is one of those movies where it's just fun to go in not knowing anything, to be spoiler free. And this is why. I try not to look at anything. When I say I try and be spoiler free, everything. Cast, movie posters, and the whole nine, if I can. Sometimes it's hard though. It was very cut and dry on what it was. A very cool take on the possession formula, but using the late night TV format as the backdrop. And then having, like, they just did a really good job of, you have the skeptic there. And one thing else, I wrote down in my notes quite a bit, which is how good the casting was. The casting of the skeptic was spot on. His delivery, his demeanor, his voice. You could have told me any of these people were legit who they were, and you would have believed it. The parapsychologist did a good job. Lily knocked it out of the damn park. She was great. Just good job. Good job. Sorry if you can hear the traffic. It is like almost 7 a.m, so people are awake, unfortunately. Like balancing like the giddiness of being on TV with just she's really good. She's really good. Christu was good. Just, you know, it was all good. It was good. Let's go to the notes.
Philip's notes.
So, Late Night with the Devil. We have Jack Delroy, a man who is trying his best to usurp Johnny Carson as the king of late night TV. Well, it couldn't be done. Then they talk about the Grove, a secret society that all these rich and wealthy and influential people go to. And that is based on real stuff, if you did not know. There is legit a secret society. I forget what it's called. That's pretty much what it is. It looks very pagan-y, very... If anyone from the secret society is watching this, got room for one more? And we see that Jack Delroy is trying to get those ratings to try and match, but try and take over Carson, and he can't do it. His wife gets lung cancer, even though she never smoked, which, yeah. And then we learn this is a master TV recording, what we're about to watch, and just watching it, man, it's just like, if you lived it, it's kind of nostalgia, but it's just, you remember being that age and breathing in that part of the past is intoxicating for some, noxious for others. I remember, unfortunately remember how the era felt back then. It was very beige. Very beige. Everything was beige. Now we see Christu. Christu's on the show, this Halloween-centric episode. And he is bombing because he's a Peterman, reaching. Finally hits on like Edmund, I believe it was, the brother and son respectively. And then Christu, upon leaving, has like his eyes go white and he's Minnie, the name Minnie. So this whole thing was kind of like just like what, Minnie's revenge on him. That's what it felt like. Because she was there from the beginning. And after this, Christu is bothered. Like he's coughing and he just doesn't feel right. It reminds me of me from like the last 6 months or so when I had my throat issues. And just, yeah. So clearly Christu is bothered. And then we find out that the skeptic guy's coming out. And Jack tells Christu he's all wax, no wick. Love that line. I'm stealing that line. I'm going to use that in my real life. And then I wrote, we have a medium and a skeptic on at the same time. That's good TV. Whatever side you fall on, there is something for both of you. For everyone. As I said, the format being late night TV show host, And the way they framed it and did it was just really well done. And then after the skeptic starts to just take apart Christu, throws up on the set like black gunk on the set, and then later dies on the way to the hospital. He like threw up to death. So you wonder about the possession and what happened, and Minnie calling out through him, using him as a conduit, but then killing him. So that's interesting. Because Lily hadn't been brought out yet. And we hadn't done the summoning ritual yet. So I don't think it was like Abraxas Jr. But yeah. The parapsychologist wrote a book called Conversations with the Devil, and the subject of the book is Lily. And I did like the shade thrown at the Warrens. I've had a problem with the Warrens for a long time, a long time. And I won't go any further with that. So the shade thrown at them was appreciated. I wrote Lily was cast well because she freaking was. This, the skeptic guy is trying to debunk everything because he used to be a magician. Well, still kind of is. He's doing, and good job on that. Unless he's a magician in real life and they just happen to cast him and he has the look and the voice and everything for it. Again, I go into things blind. I don't know. I'll know as soon as I'm done doing this, and I'll go check out IMDb and Reddit and stuff, and I'll do some research and I'll do like behind the scenes stuff and trivia and stuff. But I always do this first. As we find out, I said Christo is dead. I do like the term psychic infestation instead of demonic possession. Euphemisms are fun to a degree, but this one was good. And then I think it was the band leader guy, says, some of us are talking about jumping ship because of what's going on and all the stuff that's happening. And, Christu being dead, they're spooked. They're scared. And then the summoning ritual happens, which was really good, really well done. What you expect normally. I'm glad they didn't go full on white eyes or black eye, like, sclera contacts with Lily. It was just like a different color eye, which I thought worked. The demon, whatever, inside Lily, which also interesting that it could be controlled and summoned and then sent away at will, which isn't usually how it works. So I thought that was a very interesting part of it. And the thing says to Jack, we met among the tall trees, remember? So they summoned it at their little, the Grove. It's a secret society meeting when Jack sold his soul to this group and sacrificed his wife for success. And now it's like back to collect more. So I saw that we met among the tall trees. Thought that was cool. And then Carr, the skeptic, wants to do a demonstration. He hypnotizes everyone almost and has the band leader guy see worms coming out of him, play it back. There's nothing there because it was all, suggested. I want you to play back what happened with Lily and try and debunk that. And they do, and it's exactly as it happened. Then, soon after, all shit starts hitting the fan. The bandleader guy gets his neck turned around. The parapsychologist gets the thing, not the cross, but whatever she used to send the demon-possessed thing away, wraps around her neck and ends up, slitting her neck. The skeptic gets just kind of boiled. What I like about it is it wasn't, the usual, red evil contacts and the thing. Her head split open. And it was just it was like an electric demon. And we saw electricity here and there throughout. And when she started turning, we saw electricity coming off of her. So I thought that was a cool take on a possession thing, it being electric. We see Jack, what I thought was trapped in hell, like a never-ending, where he has to relive all these moments from his talk show over and over and over. And then we have the scene where he has to drink from the goblet around the secret society people. He sees his wife, and she pretty much says, you sacrificed me for fame, and grab the sacrificial dagger and stab me, kill me, and he does. Then he actually is stabbed Lily. That was great. That was great. good reveal. Makes you wonder what happened in between, like, the head being split open and then that scene. And then is the demon thing free now? Because we saw it. It was electric. And we saw it in the static in the feed. So is it just out now? That'd be fun to do as a sequel. I don't know how they do that, but yeah. And yeah, that is all for my notes. Anything else? Or from patrons over on Patreon. I enjoyed this very much, very much, very much. I like this a lot. This was, like I said, this was much needed after watching just the soul-destroying things I've been watching lately. It's like, thank you. Thank you, horror, for delivering. Yeah, overall, I don't have a bad thing to say about this. I thought it was well done. Well done. And I'll have to do some research and see if they've done anything that I've seen before, or if they're doing anything again in the future, the filmmakers, because I will definitely keep an eye out on it. Stuff like this that really just hits well, or I'm impressed with, I like to keep an eye on it. So yeah. So I'm going to wrap this one up. What did you think of Late Night with the Devil? Let me know in the comments below. Was there something that you picked up on or noticed that I either didn't or didn't talk about? Because I was into it. Like when you're into something, like I took a page of notes, but I was locked in. This was fun. All right. As always, I don't have a fancy outro. So I will simply say thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.